So putting in a very tired 7 to 8 miles today. I'm struggling a little bit. I was up till probably about 2:30 last night, and I'm beat. I'm running on caffeine and sugar right now, doing my best to push through it. It's not terrible, but I definitely have been focusing a lot on making sure I'm getting at least 8 hours of sleep a night. So yeah, sleep is important. All right, so I'm about 39 days, I believe, roughly, from the Devil Dog 100 in Prince William County Forest Park. Is one of my home training areas for over a decade now, and I've run many ultras in that park, so I'm very familiar with it. That's both good and bad. I know that the elevation change in that place is something that can chew you up pretty good. So it is a 100-mile race, like I said, has a 100K and a 50K version. I worked at an aid station last year and decided I was going to pursue this race after the Yeti 100 was canceled a little while ago. I guess it's roughly about a month or so or more. And so one of the big changes that I had to do to prepare for the difference in the Devil Dog 100 is the elevation change. So it's for 100, I guess it's probably roughly around 10,000 feet of vert. Not crazy, but it's like running on a saw blade. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. A lot of short, steep climbs, and it comes out to roughly, I guess, about 100 foot of vert per mile. And they're not long, slow, gradual climbs. Like I said, they're, having to stop and power hike up them. So that makes it a little more difficult. The differences between this race and the Yeti 100 is I was training for speed for the Yeti. I was hoping to break 24 hours. So I was doing a lot of speed work and just getting myself in as good a shape as I could get. I lost 20 pounds for it. So all things being equal, at least I'm in shape. And I'm probably going to lose another probably 5 pounds before the Devil Dog 100. But specificity is something that you have to spend your last training block on in ultras. Luckily, there was enough time for me to make that adjustment and get out on the trails and really get that connection to the trail again, that proprioception between my brain and my feet. Running in the leaves is a lot more difficult on these rocky, rooty, uneven trails. They're quite dangerous. So it's going to definitely slow me down. It's later in the winter, so it's going to be dark for probably 50% of the race, which is another challenge. You move slower, and adhering to a strict run-walk ratio is going to be a little more difficult because you're going to be forced to walk a lot more. So it's going to be a challenge to power hike and then also make sure you're moving good on the areas that are runnable. So you just have to stay diligent, and I know in this park it can kind of wear you out over time, so you got it's going to be tough, but I'm confident in going in shape. Really been working on all of my training runs over the last month, really adhering to that about 100 foot, 50 to 100 feet or more per mile in training, just so my legs are ready for what they're going to be facing on race day. Pushing hard, feeling good. I haven't been in this good a shape in a very long time, so confidence is high. I've been getting in a good amount of mileage. This time last year, I'm probably 400 miles, maybe 300 to 400 miles more, tons of more hours on my feet. The last 2 weeks have been 60 plus mile weeks, 10 to 12 hours worth of working out, running. So, and I've just been putting in pretty good weeks, averaging probably 7 to 8 hours a week, and the last two have gone over 10 to 12. I'll do that again this week and probably next week, and then I'll hit my taper. So really trying to make sure that I'm getting a lot of good amount of time on my feet. A lot more running in the years past. My average pace has probably been around 10:30 for most of my training. I'm just generalizing that, which on average in years past it's probably been 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes slower than that, really incorporating a lot more one run walk ratio training, you know, the zone 2 stuff. I've been pushing a lot harder this year, so I've gotten a lot faster, and I wanted to be able to try to push myself to a point where I could run more in the ultra and sustain longer running segments. When you do a lot of run walk training, you kind of get used to doing that. So if you have to run longer periods, you're just not used to it as much. So I'm trying to get used to training with my heart rate a little bit higher and running most of the time. I'm gonna see how it pays off. I think I was in really good shape to break 24 hours at Yeti. This race is, again, to break 24 hours in this race is probably above my talent level, just with the elevation change and weather. But I definitely would be happy with, 27, 28. I think it'd be really, that's a strong performance for me. We'll see how it is when I get out there. But I know I'm going into a tough race. I do believe that the 24-hour adventure trail run that I run every year, I think I run it 4 or 5 times, is tougher per mile on average. So I can definitely look at years past and kind of how well I did, the pacing I could adhere to, and kind of take a look at that and kind of know what to expect. I don't want to go out and smoke myself, but it's going to be 23.5 mile loop, the first loop, and then 4 just under 20 mile loops. So 5 loops to complete the 100. Weather could be cold and potentially rainy, which it has been over the last couple of years. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I can handle the cold. I don't like cold rain. And one of the key pieces to my training has been my long runs, my back-to-back long runs. I've been getting in 8 to 10 to 12, probably 8 to 12 on a Saturday, and then doing my long run, which has been a marathon the last 2 weeks on the Sunday, and doing well, pushing on those, probably more than I should, but I'm bouncing back very quickly, so I can tell that I'm in good shape and I can handle those 4+ hour times on my feet, which just really helps with the base and the confidence going into this race. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'll keep you guys updated. Talk to you soon.